Hello, I just recorded a video that talks about going through the process of going from a topic or an assignment to a rough draft. One thing I neglected to talk about was the importance of using Grammarly. So whenever you use Grammarly, here's an example of what that looks like. It's a great tool. It integrates nicely with Word, and it goes through and it's making some suggestions and also correcting errors, right? And as you can see, my first draft of this, the very first thing I wrote, was okay, but not great, right? There were some mechanical issues. Two periods may have some spacing issues. I may not have some good words that are that maybe is not as good as it would like. One of the things that we'll typically complain about is passive voice. But whenever you're writing things in a academic setting, passive voice not such a bad thing. That's actually if how we oftentimes present things, depending upon what's going on. Otherwise, you may have to drop into first person, or which is acceptable, but we oftentimes still find ourselves doing it. So you can see as it goes through the process, it's finding, suggesting things that are in red you really want to take a look at. Things in blue probably should look at, but maybe less important. They're potentially more style type issues than they are actual mechanics. And you also, just because it makes a statement of a suggestion, you may not necessarily blindly accept it. I will say, though, if it highlights a particular sentence with suggesting something be done to that sentence, you probably want to take a look, right? Because there's probably something going on. So Grammarly is your friend. It's only getting better over time. The free version isn't bad, but oftentimes universities include the paid-for version as part of your going to school there. So you definitely want to use it if you have the access to it. I use it all the time for everything, including on my phone and various other places as well. So think about it. Also, another thing that I kind of neglected to cover is make sure you do some cleanup as part of your process when you're near the end, right? So you want to make sure that you're using good references, that you've checked them, make sure that they are formatted correctly and look right, keeping in mind that EndNote or Zotero, either one, is garbage in, garbage out. If you put in something in the incorrect format, it's going to be incorrect whenever you use it. Make sure everything's double spaced. Make sure your references are on a separate page. You may need to insert a page break. Hit Control and I think it's Enter inside of Microsoft Word to add a page break. And don't do a bunch of spaces. Make sure you use the page break approach. Otherwise, it may change depending upon what's being done to it, especially if it's uploaded into Blackboard. Oftentimes, Blackboard munges with stuff. So anyway, make sure you're using the same font everywhere. The font used to be Times New Roman, still a good choice, but make sure you're using one of the ones that are approved in APA. And with that, I'll wrap this up. Thanks for listening. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe if you're so inclined. Talk to you later.